Hello students, this is the second video for decision making. Now we are going to solve the PDC problem. PDC problems which was explained in the first video, where they have three decision alternatives and two states of demand, and this is a payoff table. This can be also represented in terms of decision tree like this. Now to find out what will be the solution, there are two approaches. First is the decision making without probabilities. So that is what we are going to see in this video. So under this there are three different approaches. The first one is called as the optimistic approach. Here the decision makers are totally optimistic and they believe that the best things are going to happen when their project is ready. So they will only look at the maximum profits under each of these decisions. So that means what? Here they are going to look at the Maximax approach. They are going to take Maximax approach, and then it will be looking like this. For from the payoff table, they will only consider the strong demand, because that is what the optimistic person will always think of. And under this three payoffs here, out of these three payoffs, obviously they are going to go for the largest of that. So they will go for the large complex, that is D3. That optimistic person or optimistic approach will go for a large complex D3, eyeing for 20 million payoff and expecting a strong demand scenario. Okay, that is called as optimistic approach. If it is a conservative approach, or we can call it pessimistic approach, here they are going to look at they will look at the worst payoffs which can occur. So obviously they are going to get into a Minimax approach. Minimax. So they will look at the minimum payoffs scenarios, and out of that then they will go for maximizing the payoff. After all, they are business people. So it will be looking like this. They will be looking at the worst scenarios here, that is the weak demand scenarios, 7, 5, -9 under the three decisions, and out of that they will obviously go for the maximum payoff. So this is what is the Minimax approach they will take under conservative approach, and their decision will be to go for a small complex D1, right? So this is what is going to be their decision under conservative approach. The third approach is what is called as the Minimax regret approach, or we call it opportunity loss or regret approach, or Minimax regret approach. So here the approach is like this, that the decision maker wants to ensure that once the reality occurs, they should have least regret of their decisions going wrong. So regret is when a decision maker will be feeling the regret or experiencing regret, is that when his decision goes totally wrong. If his decision is correct and his decision is X, and actual reality is also the same, that means his decision has gone correct, but then there will be no regret. But when the decision goes wrong, then there will be regret. So we will find out what will be the value of that regret. For example, how to go about this? See, let me explain you from the payoff table here. Now imagine that the decision maker has taken a decision D1, right? And it is a strong demand scenario. He has gone for D1 and the reality is a strong demand scenario after 6 months. He is going to get $8 million. But he obviously would have got $20 million if he would have taken D3 decision. That means his regret will be 20 minus 8. he already got $8 million payoff, but he could have got 20 million. So 20 minus 8 will be his regret, right? So that is how we are going to calculate the regrets, and you will capture the regrets here. So this will be 12 million regret here. If it becomes if his decision is D2, then he would have got 14. So 20 minus 14 will be $6 million. For D3 it will be 0 million. Then weak demand. So in case if you want, I can just quickly calculate here for you. Let me just see whether I can do that. Yes, I can use this. So see here, so if I write here regrets, right, regret for this as well as regret for this, right? So this will be 20 minus 8, 12 regret. This will be 20 minus 14, 6 ka regret. If he makes a decision D3 and the reality is strong, there will be no regret, right? If his decision is small and there is a weak demand scenario, there will be no regret, because that is the best decision he has taken. If he has taken a decision D2 and is a weak demand, his regret will be 2 million, because he got 5 million but he could have got 7 million. If he goes for D3 and a weak demand is the reality, then he will actually end up making 9 million loss or minus 9 million payoff, where he could have got 7. So minus 7 minus 9, so it will be 16 million ka regret, right? So this particular regrets are now captured in this particular table here, right? So these are the regrets. Now these are out of these regrets, now we are going to look at the maximum regrets, because when I take a decision, what is the maximum regret I am going to get? So if I take a small decision D1, our maximum regret will be 12. If I take D2, the maximum regret will be 6. If I take large complex decision, the maximum regret will be 16, right? So this maximum regrets are now captured here, and out of this, obviously I will always go for minimizing my maximum regrets. So I will go for D2 under this approach. So this is how the minimax regret option is taken. So there are three different approaches: conservative, optimistic, conservative, and minimax regret approach, where probabilities are not taken into consideration. In my next video, we are going to look at decision making with probabilities. Thank you.